All right, Joe, thank you. Let's get you up to speed now on the stories you need to know to start your Sunday morning here. President Trump says his younger brother, Robert, has died at the age of 71. The president said in a statement just last night, "He was not just my brother, he was my best friend. He will be greatly missed, but we will meet again." Robert Trump was admitted to a Manhattan hospital with an unspecified illness. He's had health problems for months. The president visited him Friday and says he died the next day. And the Democratic National Convention starts tomorrow, but as expected, due to COVID-19, it will look a lot different than in years past. The pandemic means there will be a scaled-down virtual convention instead of the usual event that attracts tens of thousands to the city playing host, which this year is Milwaukee. We'll have full coverage of the convention throughout the week. The Republican National Convention is set for next week. Apache Junction police are working to solve a mystery. According to the department's Facebook page, this wedding dress was recently located, and now they're trying to find the person it belongs to. If you recognize the people in this photo, be sure to let police know. They're wanted by police, apparently. And according to the Post, imaginations of people working in the property and evidence department have gone wild about just how the dress got separated from its bride. We want to know too. And now they want to know the real story. And now you're up to speed. Don't forget, you can always find the latest news on our website, 12news.com, or the free 12 News app.